In this vlog, I explain that no one cares about e-bikes anymore. I get this incredibly cinematic shot. I've got these cool sunglasses, and that's kind of it. If you don't want to watch, bye. This is my e-mountain bike. It's a Polygon Siskiyou T7E. And 3 or 4 years ago, the topic of e-mountain bikes was polarizing enough that if you were a creator who had the opportunity to have one, make some videos with it, well, it was kind of like a license to print money. It was guaranteed views. And in those guaranteed views would be polarizing comments from the people who hate them to the people who like them, fueling topics for future videos that you could use to answer someone who hates them, or literally just steal someone's idea and be like, yeah, that is a good reason to own an e-bike. I'm gonna make a video about that and just call it my own. And predictably so, in that time, in comes a tsunami of videos with rationalizations, excuses, and reasons that you would need an e-bike. Good number of them following the same formula. There's this dad who got away from riding a little bit and didn't have the fitness to go back out again. In comes the savior e-bike. Or the endless influx of videos titled "The Truth About E-Bikes." This is the real hard truth. Or like right now, I'm doing marathon interval training, 5 intervals at 5 minutes, stride pace. I could say, oh, my only feasible way to go ride today after this is to have an e-bike. Just to give my legs the break, you know? Okay, next interval starting here. So you'll see you in the garage. And all those videos when e-bikes were novel and the timing was right, all did very well. And I'm happy to say that my fellow community of mountain bike YouTubers got a decent payday out of those videos at the right time. Congratulations. But I still see today channels seeing those views from the past, thinking they can capture that lightning in a bottle again. It's over. Everyone has accepted that e-mountain bikes are here. You can just like get an e-bike now because you want, I mean, you always could, but you can just get an e-bike now because you want one. Like you don't have to have some sort of like some story that you're coming back from to rationalize that you want one. You can just, like, no one cares anymore. If someone asks you, why'd you get an e-bike? You can just say, I want one. Which is probably the best answer and what we should have stuck with from the beginning, because there's no discourse from there. Like you can't be like, well, no, because like, where do you go? I wanted one, so I got. Anyway, if you give someone that answer and they keep coming back with more questions, you can just thumbs up them like right in their face. Thanks. Anyway, I just needed like some sort of intro for this silly little YouTube video that I'm making that is not supposed to be informative in any way. We're gonna hang out and ride this bike, so. This seems like a good spot to say, hey, if you want one of these and you follow the link to Bikes Online below, purchase it through my link, I get some kickback. Why not add a little sponsored slot there? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, hey? Okay, let's go. Let's go! Let's go! Holy freaking heck, it is nice out. Woo! I'd like to make it known to all my fellow bald friends who understand what it's like to not have hair on your head and how annoying that is for sweat going in your eyes. I have taken your advice of putting a line of Vaseline on your head to make the sweat go away from your eyes. I'm gonna test that today. We're gonna find out if it's any good. So, I'll tell you what, I came some close to wasting a few hours just trying to decide which trail I wanted to come to. Pretty quickly landed on Old Faithful. I don't think I'll ever tire of this section. Just knowing that this is coming, so fun. I wish there was like a longer, cleaner run up in the opposite direction. I think it'd be fun. Like if you could get enough speed up that, you could smash your way up this. You could do it in reverse. You just, like you kind of have to have the speed. I'm on the e-bike. It makes me think like, oh, maybe I could, maybe.
such a doable, like you could get up that. The run up's just not long enough. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much time on something that's just not gonna happen today. There's a solar eclipse gonna happen. I don't want to miss it. I thought I saw dirt bike tracks in that trail's called Farside. Maybe it's just like fat bike. Maybe it's just a fat bike tire track. But getting out here, it kind of confirms definitely it is indeed a dirt bike track, which I think is like really cool. Because one, the trail doesn't seem ripped up by it at all. It seems to be taking it very well. Two, that is just such incomprehensibly difficult terrain in my brain to ride a dirt bike on, and I think that is sick. I think there's actually a pretty healthy enduro motocross scene here in Nova Scotia, which would make my my internet buddy, who I've never talked to before, Jeff Kendall Weed, smile. I'm very happy. I've definitely seen dirt bike tracks on this trail as well. Still, again, and this trail is like not easy in any way, shape, or form. You've got to be like a pretty good mountain biker to get through it. You can only imagine what it's like with like clutch, throttle, heavy bike. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Bit of a tree. Okay, quick mid-ride 16 degree weather Suntour fork update. As you know, I've had the Siskiyou T7E since like beginning of November. So all of my rides on it were like a little bit on the cold side, and this fork really doesn't love the cold. As a matter of fact, it loathes it. It just stiffens up. I have an entire video out talking about what this thing does at like 7 degrees Celsius and lower, but it just kind of just like hardens right up. It may as well be like a really bad rigid fork at that point. But today, 15 degrees, 16 degrees, right in the sun, staying warm the whole time. And you know what? It works great. I wish it would do that in the cold as well. The rest of the bike working fantastic as always. I still have it in my possession because I haven't been asked to send it back yet, so I'm gonna keep riding it until that happens. It's funny, before you have an e-bike, you think, if I had an e-bike, it's like all I would ride. And then once you have one, you're like, this is just another bike in the stable that I want to ride equally as bad as all my other. At least that's what it's like for me. I'm gonna take a thumbnail picture of this and we're gonna keep going, because there's a solar eclipse coming and I don't want to miss it. Allons-y, la croissante! Haha! Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, les roches. Oh, beaucoup roches. Oh, bonjour, les roches. Oh, and drop. Like. Voila. All right, definitely one of the more fun, albeit short little chute descents here. Ride the rock skinny. Woo! That was not awesome, but shot it in slow-mo, so Roll it! Roll the slow-mo! I actually feel like I might have caught a sidewall there. That would really suck. I have a GoPro in this pocket with the car keys in there as well, and then I'll ride by with just the pocket open. I'm either getting a flat or losing a key today, and it's not going to be good because there's a solar eclipse and I don't want to miss it. Yeah, walking back up this descent really opens your eyes to how kind of gnarly it is. Someone commented once, I was riding this trail, not that chute, but I posted a video from here and they commented, well, you could really tell this guy's from the east coast of Canada. Severe lack of skill compared to the people from Whistler. I haven't watched that back yet, but there's definitely some truth to that. It's supposed to be a hurtful comment. Wasn't that hurtful, it's just the truth. So here's a fun history lesson that I'll probably screw up because it was way before my mountain bike time. But over there, where that, you can kind of see that building. Of course, the GoPro is really wide. But where that was, there used to be a bunch of trees. And back in, I'm gonna say 2005, maybe earlier, maybe a little later, who knows? There used to be a bunch of like skinnies, bridges, all sorts of wood features built up over there. There was like a pretty big free ride, East Coast free ride, Nova Scotia scene that did a lot of building in there. And when I first started mountain biking, the remnants of it were there, but none of it was rideable. And it was all just, because I'm a BMXer, I was like, wow, like these are all just like relics of things that I totally don't understand. I don't know anything about any of this. And I'm kind of learning about all of it now, watching all the New World Disorder stuff and like kind of learning who everybody was, learning people's names around here from just being around Devin, like he was part of all this stuff. It's kind of cool. It's cool that there was a scene. I'm kind of wondering if like with the resurgence, like mountain biking is really having kind of a moment. I wonder if there's like a group of kids that might do the same. Who knows? I suspect it's more like Sur-Ron stuff now, and we have bike parks now, so maybe that's more of the jam, but stuff built in the woods, very cool. Okay, great news. I have made it back. Stop it. I have made it back in time to see the entire solar eclipse. I've got one camera time-lapsing up there, one camera here, and then I've got my bigger camera here. They're just like pointing at the back. I don't know. There's going to be all these like really great photographers and videographers who have all sorts of things, getting all these great shots of the moon going over the sun, covering it. It's going to be all over Instagram. I just want to see what my backyard looks like if it gets dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at these glasses. I can't see anything except I look at the sun. We're about a third of the way there. 1/3. Can you see it? Can you see it happening?
I can't see it.
When does everything go dark?
It's just a V.
I can see why you're not supposed to drive in them.
We're past the halfway point now. Darkness should be here soon.
We're so close to total darkness.
Ground are supposed to get all funny. Man.
It's crazy that it's not more dark, like for how covered it is.
What? I wonder what 94% looks like.
Yeah, do we even get total darkness? I mean, this camera makes it look a lot more light out than it is, but it's darker. Cool. Do we look cool? It's kind of dark, I guess. But this camera's gonna make it look way more bright than it actually is. I'm so disappointed. I'm just realizing I didn't give you a conclusion on how the Vaseline worked on my forehead. It was pretty good. It doesn't deal with anything where like it drips from the helmet down onto the glasses, but it did keep the sweat from going into my eyes. So good call. Thanks for that tip.